Okay, it's time to try a bunch of new viral drugstore products. These are all very new, very viral, and I'm really excited to finally try them. So we've got the Covergirl Skin Perfector Essence. We've got the new e.l.f. Camo Liquid Blushes to try. We've got the e.l.f. Lash Xtndr Mascara. A couple of other products we're gonna try too. Let's dive in. All right, we're obviously gonna start with the CoverGirl Essence. So I was looking into this some more because I've seen this all over the internet and I thought it was like, I knew it was a skin tint, if you will, but I thought like that would be that, it'd be your foundation, just not with super high coverage. Well, as I was reading about it, it says wear alone or with your favorite foundation as a skin perfecting primer. That was news to me because I feel like I just hadn't really heard anyone talk about using it in that way. So I'm kind of curious. We're gonna try this just as it is and see where we're at and see if we wanna put something else on because I do have another foundation from the drugstore I kind of wanna try too. So maybe we'll mix and match. But this is, in my opinion, the star of the show. I cannot wait to try it. So I have shade 20 and 30. I'm gonna go with 30. They're both honestly would work, but I think 30 might be a little closer. 20 was just ever so slightly too light. So, you know, I think I'd rather err on going slightly too dark than too light, but that's just my own thing. So reading about it without going too much in the weeds, it says it's a vegan skincare makeup hybrid. It has 0.5% bakuchiol. Did I say that right? Which is a plant-based, it's a retinol alternative, but it's better for sensitive skin. And it says it plumps the skin, reduces appearance of fine lines and wrinkles, increases skin's firmness. The whole idea is that these little pigment capsules in there will burst, and that is where the pigment comes in. I was trying it on my hand, and I'm gonna use a brush. You can use your fingers or a brush. Sponge really wouldn't work with this just because of the way it is, but look at the way it looks. All right, so this is the way it looks when it comes out. And then you kind of burst them capsules and interesting. I know some people have talked about like, is it a dupe for is it Dior makes a similar product? I have not tried the Dior one, so I do not know. Let's try it on this side first. I don't really know how much to put on. Like, is that too much? I don't know. Oh, wow. So I've had like the past few days, like this little bit of redness on my cheeks, almost like rosiness. I'm trying to think if there was something I used that caused some sensitivity because it definitely feels ever so slightly like when I've washed my face with my normal face wash I've used for years, it felt like it's slightly burned. So I'm like, what did I use lately? So I'm gonna have to pay attention. Okay, so without, you can see more of my redness, and with, okay, it's actually really pretty. So it is obviously not gonna be the coverage that you might expect from a foundation because that's not what this is. But looking at the difference, I am gonna be honest, my expectations, even just playing with it on my hand today, were very low. I was like, I'm not gonna like this. I don't usually, but I mean, I'm showing it to you just exactly as it is, and that is looking real nice. Like thinking about an everyday product, I have definitely lately been doing a lot more throwing on 5-minute makeup without any eye makeup, just like a little bit on the skin, a little bit of concealer, maybe something in the brows. I definitely think a brush is the way to go. This one here, I think I have a coupon code for. I love this line, the BK Beauty. This is the 101. I like that it's kind of slanted, but it's really soft. This is perfect for this. Oh my gosh. All right, I don't have a real mirror. I'm just using, I mean, I guess it is a real mirror, but trying to see if it like, this is looking really pretty. Let's keep going. So yeah, if you're near my skin tone, I think 30 is the move. I think 20 would be just a little bit too light. Ooh, a little on the nose. The nose is what's gonna really tell the whole story because my nose is always a little bit red, a little bit dry. But yeah, there's definitely some coverage. A little bit up there. I'm so surprised. I am ecstatic. Like, I did not think I would like this product at all. And I cannot believe how easy it was to apply, how pretty it looks on the skin. Like, I am reeling in my mind right now. I wish you were in there. There's a dance party going on. So excited about this. So far, totally give my approval. I'm not gonna put another foundation on top just because I really like the way my skin looks. And honestly, I feel like if I just took the 45 seconds to apply this every morning and wore no other makeup, I am so content with how my skin looks. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So, okay. Okay, and I would assume, I'll put some wear notes down in the description box. I'm going to assume this is probably not gonna last me and look perfect by hour 12 of the day. But if you're going for a low-key makeup look, I mean, you know, but I'll let you know how it wears. I'll let you know how it looks at the end of the day down in the wear notes. Okay, let's dive into, let me throw on a little bit of concealer. I don't have a new concealer to try, which seems crazy, but I don't. I'm trying to think if there have been any new launches. My most recent drugstore makeup video like this, I'll link below. It was a few weeks ago. And I know I tried the L'Oreal new concealer. So if you're curious about that, I will link that video below. You can watch that next. Shameless plug. So I'm gonna do concealer and brows real fast and I'll be right back. So I will link anything else I used below. I threw on the Charlotte Tilbury corrector, the Essence Make Me Brow on my brows. And then I just tried out for the first time the Milk Makeup Infinity Longwear Liner. I think this might be blue. I didn't really realize, but I'm like, whatever. It is, I will say, I know this is a drugstore focus video, but I will say this has, oh, okay, the shaper, but it has this spongy tip and it made really quick work of just blending it in a little bit. So that was kind of cool. Anyway, so the other thing I have been so excited to try, the e.l.f. Lash Xtndr mascara. So this is supposed to be a tubing mascara, which I know most of you guys probably know what that is, but in case you don't, it's a mascara that comes off very easily with warm water. Has to be warm, not cold. Will not work. And it usually comes off like in little tubes. I don't usually see the tubes. Usually it just looks like little mascara-y flakes, like if you think about it that way. But the beauty is it comes off really easily with warm water. You don't have to scrub. But the other nice thing about a tubing mascara is usually it wears really well. You're not gonna get smudging, you're not gonna get flaking with it just because of the very different formula that it has. So this even has a similar color as the Thrive Cosmetics one. I really like that one. It's been a few years since I've tried it, but I know out of the tubing mascaras, that is like the #1 for me too. So if you'd be interested in seeing a side-by-side, let me know. I could possibly repurchase that mascara because I do miss it. It's got a silicone-like wand. We're just gonna dive in. This is one of those products, most good tubing mascaras, you can't really go back in. Like you just get the job done. You might go in quickly after, but then it dries. So you're not gonna be building and building for a long time like you can with more of a traditional mascara. So I usually would kind of let it sit there for a sec. And I'm gonna go back in a little bit. Now that it's drying a little bit, you can really get it at the base and push the lashes up, which I love. That looks really nice, right? Like I feel like everything looks separated. It just looks really, really good. Let's try the other side. I feel like e.l.f. mascaras for me have been very hit or miss. I either really like it, like I liked their Lash It Loud mascara, or I really, really don't like it. Their roller lash was also really good if you like more of a low-key, fluttery lash look that's not super volumized, but it's just really pretty. That one's really great. It is interesting, e.l.f.'s trajectory. Like their whole gimmick when they first came out was dollar makeup, right? And some of it was actually kind of decent. And then they had their $3 line. Now, of course, their prices are everywhere, but now their new gimmick is simply like duping everything. And they're like unabashedly doing it too. You know what I mean? They use the same colors, so you know. I have to admit, it's a smart business model, and it's nice when, like, if you can't afford the higher end one, you want to try it. It's nice to have something you can't afford, but it is kind of an interesting, like, I could talk about this a lot. I think it's an interesting topic because it's like, well, you know what I mean? Like, well, is it fair that they're just copying other things? But I don't know. Not trying to start a heated debate. That's not, not my point in the comment section. I'm just sharing what's on my mind. I told you guys one of my goals in 2024 is to be more open with what's on my mind and not worrying so much about like saying things the perfect way in case someone misconstrues it. I'm trying to be more real, so normal me would have cut that out. Okay, so I mean, this looks nice. I think that first of all, in a week or two, I bet this will be a little bit drier. I'll probably like it even more, but I'm really liking it so far. It is not quite as volumizing as the Thrive Cosmetics, but again, it's been a while since I've tried that, and I think in a week or two when this is dried out a bit more, it will give even more volume. But I am loving the way it looks. I think it looks really nice. It's very curled, so let me see if I can go back in. Yeah, it's definitely dry now, so that is the one thing to know about tubing mascaras. Okay, Tyler and I have a date tonight. We're going to see a show and going out to eat, which I am so excited about. Okay. Next up is finally the e.l.f. Camo Liquid Blushes. So I picked out 2 shades when I was shopping. I got Dusty Rosé and Suave Mauve. Love the name. So let's swatch these. These are meant to be, in my mind, a dupe for the Rare Beauty ones that look awfully similar. But the thing is, the Rare Beauty ones are more expensive, but you know, how much are these? I want to say these were around like $10 and the Rare Beauty ones are... Okay, well, no, that's more expensive. So the Rare Beauty Soft Pinch Blush is $23 and the Liquid Blush is $7. So never mind, I take back what I said. But Rare Beauty generally is one of the less expensive brands at Sephora. But no, 23 versus 7 is a pretty big gap. So this is Suave Mauve. Definitely pigmented in the way that the Rare Beauty ones are. Ooh. Very pigmented. I do think the Rare Beauty ones have a little bit more transparency to them. And so when you're blending it out, I think it blends out pretty easily. So I'll be curious how these blend out. They're not exactly the same. I am planning a future dupes video, so I will be trying these out versus the Rare Beauty one soon. We'll let you know. You'll see the video here in a few weeks. So I think I'm gonna do, wearing pink, let's do the mauve one instead of the peach. So I don't really know how I want to apply this, you know? Oh man, I don't have my favorite. I need to get another one for here. My favorite cream blush brush, the Real Techniques one. I feel lost without that, man. Let's just try fingers first. How about that? So, oh, I'm nervous. It's looking kind of like the Rare Beauty ones. Ooh, that looks nice. I mean, it blended in pretty easily. Let me try it with a brush, if I can find one that'll tickle my fancy here. Maybe I'll try the Rare Beauty one actually. Yeah, I think actually the brush is probably the move. It can spread it out a little more easily. And then I'm just taking the brush that I used for the foundation. I mean, it can look really nice. I feel like it's sitting nicely on top of this foundation, which I didn't expect it to. I expected it to kind of move it around a bit more, but I feel like by tapping it in with the brush especially, it looks really nice, very natural, but I could see where if you did more than one dot, it could really quickly overpower. The same goes for the Rare Beauty. So I will try the peach one next. I have a feeling out of the two, I'll probably wear the peach one the most because it seems just a little bit lighter, a little closer to my skin tone, but the mauve one with one dot was easily usable and I feel like it looks nice. It's not, I can't tell if these are glowy or if it's that CoverGirl, but it looks nice, I think. So exciting. So the other thing I got was the new Physicians Formula Butter Glow bronzer and blush. So it's a bronzer blush, and honestly, it looks like highlight is in there. Radiance boosting glow. This is in the shade Healthy Glow. I don't know if they have more than one shade or not. I only see the one shade on here. So maybe they do only have one shade. But one product I love, and I've loved for a while, is this one here. Their Butter Believe It blush in Pink Sands. That is a top favorite blush at the drugstore, period. So I tend to like their cheek products like this. It's got the classic kind of larger packaging and then very strong scent. So just be aware. But look how pretty that looks. Ooh. So I'm gonna mix it all together. It definitely comes off more bronze than it does blushy. Well, I would say more peachy, wouldn't you? And obviously you can kind of, if I wanna go more towards the blush side, oh wow. I want to go more towards the like highlight. So that was with more of the blush. That was with a little more towards like the lighter color there. Yeah, and then of course I can get just more bronzy and avoid the blush side, which is what I'm going to do today because I'm really just wanting to do this as more of a bronzer. So I'm just going to go kind of over here. I might end up throwing a little. I'm just kind of going over the blush too, just because it really is more of a blushy shade. I don't know that I would consider this, like I'm going to put a little bit up here, but it's not quite the kind of bronzer I would like shade-wise. I don't think it looks bad by any means, but just maybe a little more orange because it's got that blush. So if you were thinking of like, okay, I can use part of it just as bronzer, I think you can, but you have to, well, that doesn't look bad though. I don't think that looks bad. But I think as a standalone blush that's got that more bronzy tint, this could be really pretty, especially spring and summer or on vacation. This would be the most perfect, just all over cheek glow, like not worrying about where you're placing it, but just kind of swiping it on. I think that would be really pretty. So I think there's a place for this, but I don't know that everyone needs it, but it does. I think it is really pretty. You know, it is what it is. But I do think if you're looking for a powder, bronzer, blush, etc., I really do like the Physicians Formula formula. So the other thing I got, but we can't really try on today, is the Brown Lash Princess mascara. Perhaps I will try this in an Instagram reel soon. It might already be up by the time you're seeing this. If it is, my Instagram is It's Jessica Braun. B-R-A-U-N, by the way, but I usually also post that here on YouTube Shorts. So if I have the YouTube Short, I can link it below, but I will try that in a video just so you all can see it, because I have been very curious. I love the Lash Princess mascara, and I'm into brown mascara, so we will give it a whirl. But yeah, so let's kind of do a quick overview of my quick thoughts. But again, I will have my wear notes down in the description box if you're curious how this all looked at the end of the night. But I think the one thing I'm the most excited about, hands down, is this. I cannot believe how much I liked the CoverGirl Essence. So beautiful on the skin. Like, just wow. By the way, I ordered mine on Amazon. And I think it was a little bit cheaper, so I can link below. You want to make sure you actually get it from the right real seller and not a rando, so I'll link it. Next in line, I'm honestly kind of tied, even excited about the e.l.f. Camo Liquid Blushes and their Lash Xtndr mascara. I think they both look just really pretty. It's exciting to have a more affordable alternative to those more expensive products that are really popular. And then this, I think, is really nice. I want to try it some more just on its own and see how I like it. There's nothing wrong with it. I just don't know that this is going to be something I need to use all of the time, if that makes sense. So I hope you enjoyed. If you want to see more of my trying out makeup videos, I will link my playlist below. I will also link my drugstore dupes playlist. If you're wanting to see some really good side-by-side dupes videos, if I do say so myself, I will link that. Go check them out. Subscribe if you haven't yet. I know a lot of you guys may be new watching this video, and if you are, welcome in. We do videos 2 or 3 times a week here on my channel, and I would love to have you. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.